Well, good morning. I'm Will Schofield, the superintendent of the Hall County School District, and I'm with a dear friend of ours and a colleague. I guess I really hate to just call you so informally, Jackie Brown-Pinkney, because it ought to be Madam President. Every time I know you, you're president of something. But good morning, Dr. Brown, our friend
Good
at Effingham
morning. How
County.
are you, Mr. Schofield?
I am doing so well. Thank you for joining us this morning and just giving us a quick snapshot of how you're using dialectical life skills groups in the south part of the state and what you've witnessed. But before I do that, I don't know how you feel, Jackie, but I've been doing this for 38 years and I've lived for over 60, and I've just never seen a time when individuals, and I don't just mean students, I mean students and adults, are just struggling with so much chaos and so many challenges. And I'm a little late to the party when it comes to your world of helping with the emotional needs of people. But I've just come to the conclusion that if we as school districts aren't doing something to give these individuals skills to help them get through these tough times, that it's almost malpractice. So I really appreciate you being with us this morning. Jackie, tell us a little bit about your background. I mean, you've been president of SWAG and organizations, and you're a licensed therapist. Just give us your background.
Okay, so I'm in Effingham County. It's a bedroom community near Savannah, Georgia. And I started off right after college with Effingham County Schools as a resource coordinator for the pre-K program. And then I became the first school social worker in Effingham County. Now my role is the assistant coordinator of social emotional learning and lead school social worker in Effingham County. I oversee or help oversee the implementation of SEL initiatives here and support students' emotional and social development. I'm also a licensed clinical social worker, and I've been appointed to the Georgia Composite Board of Professional Counselors, Social Workers, and Marriage and Family Therapists twice. I just rolled off of that board last January. I'm the immediate past president of the School Social Workers Association of Georgia, 2022 to 2024. And right now, I'm a current social emotional learning fellow through CASEL. And so I'm continuing to contribute to advocating for school social work and for social emotional learning practices throughout our state of Georgia.
Well, all I know is that's about 10% of what I see you involved with. And if it has something to do with helping boys and girls with their emotional wellness, you seem to be part of it in the state of Georgia. Jackie, how do you know about DSGs? What is, I mean, is that just something you read about or you heard or you saw, or how do you know about it?
So I became familiar with DSG when you and Joy presented at our conference, our spring conference in 2023. You
Uh-huh.
all were there and you were giving us information about the program. And so I wanted to learn more about it. When I came to my role at the board last year, I talked with my supervisor. I told her that this is a really good program. This is something that we need to get our social workers and counselors involved in. And is there a way that we can get them training, and that me and my supervisor could go also to see if this is something that we wanted to implement throughout our district.
Right.
And so last year we were approved to do that. And so we brought our team down to Gainesville to have the DSG training, and we just loved it.
Well, I remember you being there and what a great team you brought. What are DSGs doing for your kids in Effingham?
Oh my goodness. So we've got right now, we've got a couple of our social workers doing DSG, and it has been very beneficial. I feel like highly beneficial to our students. It's equipped them with practical tools to manage their emotions. It's helped them to improve their interpersonal relationships and handle distress more effectively, from what I've seen. We've noticed a positive shift in their behavior and their overall emotional regulation. So I would definitely recommend teaching these skills to others. I feel like they provide students with lifelong strategies for coping of different challenges that they face
Right.
inside of the school and on the outside of the school.
And isn't that what we hope for? That the skills that we teach students, whether they have to do with mathematics or handling difficult situations, we want them to transfer outside of the school environment. And we're seeing an awful lot of that too, where parents will call us up and say, I don't know what's happening, but I've got a child at home who's sure doing better than they were doing 6 months ago. So I appreciate that feedback. Let me pretend I'm a parent in Effingham and I say, now, wait a minute, Doc Brown. Is this therapy? Are you guys practicing mental health therapy or counseling on my kids, or are these skills?
Okay. So I would clarify that for the parent and make sure that they understand that this program is adapted. They use certain strategies and techniques, and it is not the same as psychotherapy or any group therapy. These skills are focused on building practical tools for emotional regulation, for distress tolerance, and effective communication. And I feel like it benefits all students. It's not just those in need of clinical intervention. Those students are referred outside to a private practice. So that is something that we cannot do in schools, because our focus is on providing students with tools and strategies to support their overall well-being. And we are not delivering psychotherapy. These skills, like the dialectical skills groups that we do at the school, they foster resilience, and they help students develop healthier ways to communicate, healthier ways to manage stress and relationships in the school setting. And it complements our broader education goals. So I make sure that I would make sure that I tell them it's important to maintain the boundary between education and clinical therapy within the school setting. And that is not what's happening with DSG skills. It's teaching them those skills that they need.
We couldn't agree more, and that's always a big part of the training, that this is skills, and when those issues come up that are leaning toward therapy, we need to immediately get those students and their families in touch with individuals that are licensed and prepared to do that. So I can't thank you enough. Anything else you'd like to say? And it's just always such a breath of fresh air to spend a little time with you.
I would like to say personally, I found the training again to be beneficial and very insightful. It's not only provided practical tools for my students here in Effingham counties, but it's deepened my own understanding of how to effectively support their emotional growth. And I've been able to see firsthand how valuable it is. And I just like to end with saying, I'm hopeful that this initiative will create opportunities for students and adults seeking support. Throughout my 32 years in education, wow, I've witnessed unprecedented challenges and changes. So I feel like it's our duty as educators to empower others to shine, the students, the staff, everyone that we come in contact. We want them to be their best versions of themselves and be able to learn in life. And I feel like together with this program and educators that are all in, that we can foster resilience, and we can have growth.
Thank you, Dr. Brown, not as a superintendent, but as a dad. Thank you for all you do for the boys and girls of the state of Georgia, and Effingham County is certainly fortunate to have you. You have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.